by definition, an accident is an event that happens unintentionally but results in injury or damage. So what if that accident could have been prevented? Could someone cover your bills? Who does that? So here with the answers is Colorado's best attorney, Phil Harding from Harding & Associates. The first thing I'm going to do today, somebody threw this at me yesterday. We found it in the studio. I did, because it's really heavy. You gave this to me like 2 years ago. Colorado Criminal Laws and Rules, and he put little markers in there for me to learn all of the rules and laws. I'm going to hand this back to you now because I've read it all.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't need it anymore.
It's the 2000 edition, so it's good learning 15-year-old
When we
rules.
saw that in the studio the other day, I'm like, that's when he used to be obnoxious and he'd bring me all these reading materials.
Yeah,
But now I'm smart. I don't need it anymore.
You
So,
don't. And
okay.
you know what? And we've got great, smart viewers.
We do, because you're promising us a top 10. What's the top 10 for today?
Well, so we're going to do the top 10, 5 of things to do and 5 things not to do.
Okay.
And since we're already here and we've talked a little bit about the rules and so forth, it's not in the rules of civil procedure. You're not going to read that in there. Just from watching here, are you going to know the top 5 things to do, 5 things not to do after you're injured, whether it's in a car wreck or whatever. So let's start off immediately and let's go to a graphic that talks about the top 5 things to do after an accident.
Okay.
First one, do get witnesses' names and numbers, and that's solely if you're able. Obviously, if you're in an ambulance going to the hospital, you can't do that. But if you're still there on the scene, do that. Do take pictures of the scene and the causes of injury. So if there's skid marks, I want you to take pictures of that if you can do it safely. Put down something for a scale, like a dollar bill or something, so that you can calculate how long the skid marks are.
Can I ask a question? The police, if police are on scene, they usually do this. Can you get in their way and get your own stuff?
You absolutely should not get in their way. But if they're not doing any of that, because a lot of times there's a big volume of car accidents sometimes.
Yeah, and
they don't
the police
do that.
aren't there. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so next thing, take pictures of bruising or scarring. And if you're in a bad accident, I can guarantee you, you're going to have a bruise either on your shoulder or on your chest from the seatbelt.
Okay.
Yep.
Take a picture of that.
If you're injured, go and see a doctor. And then the final thing, follow your doctor's orders. For example, if the doctor says you need to go to 10 physical therapies, don't go to 3 and go, it's not working, and blow the other 7 off. If you do, the other side's going to say you failed to mitigate your damages. And then finally, keep a pain log so that you can either show that to the other side to settle. The other thing is it's going to help you because you're going to see 2 or 3 months later that the 5s and the 6s on the pain scale are down to 2s and 3s. It's
Yeah,
gonna make you feel better.
hopefully that's the case. Okay, there are 5 more do's. Let's get onto those.
5 more don'ts.
Oh, 5 more don'ts. We're heading on to the don'ts. Sorry about that.
All right, let's talk about these don'ts. And the don'ts are, first of all, don't talk to the other side's insurance company without an attorney. Remember, we talk about this all the time, but there's a law that says the other side cannot contact you within 15 days of an accident. They do it anyway,
Yeah, they
so
do.
don't talk to them. Don't sign a medical release or allow others access to your information. Even if you say, you know, I'm totally clean on this, I don't have any pre-existing conditions, signing a medical release for the other side is only going to hurt you. We've done segments on this all the time. If you want to call me and get more information, happy to talk about that.
Yeah,
but
talk to Phil about it.
just don't do it. Don't send your medical bills to the other side unless you cover up or redact the amount paid. Remember, there's a billed amount that's so much higher than the paid amount.
Right.
That's the collateral source doctrine. We've gone over that. Don't do it. Next, don't talk about settlement until you've reached what's known as MMI, maximum medical improvement. Because you'd hate to settle your case thinking, you know what, a couple months I'm going to be fine, but then in a couple months you need surgery. If so, you've totally underevaluated the case.
But a lot of people are scared because they want that money up front. They think it's going to go away. You say to be patient and wait.
Absolutely, and your case only gets better. The other thing, you have to watch out for statute of limitations. Now, if you're injured on the property of another, that's a 2-year statute of limitations. If you're in a car wreck, that's a 3-year statute of limitations. And then the last thing on the don't settle your case until you know if there's subrogation.
There's that word.
There's the word. So if you have health insurance that paid out for something, if you had any other treatments that someone hasn't been paid, there may be a lien out there, and you've got to take care of that. So those are some really important things to do, and remember the 5 do's, 5 don'ts on this thing.
Okay, we have about a minute left. We're going to get into what if you get in a car accident and the other person has minimal insurance, then what happens?
Okay, well, I was going to go under a scenario that kind of proved this, but I think I want to drop to a graphic and talk about it if we only have a minute. And here it is. You can stack insurance, and you need to look at different levels of insurance. First of all, who's the owner of the car? If they have insurance and it's different than the driver of the car, there may be 2 levels that you can add up. Next, do you have what's known as uninsured, underinsured? Unless you signed a waiver, you automatically have that. Now, not only do you have UM/UIM, but maybe there are people, roommates. Are you a permissive driver for some other company? Does anyone else in your house have UM/UIM? If you have multiple cars, you may have that. You can stack 3, 4, 5 levels of insurance to get fully compensated. It's really important to look at that. Talk to an attorney. You know, they can run over everything with you and show you how to get a maximum recovery and decrease the amount you have to pay back in the subrogation.
Yeah, and remember that Phil from Harding & Associates, they offer a free initial consultation. So if you have a question for Phil Harding, go to kwgn.com and click on Colorado's Best. You're going to see Phil Harding's photo on the right. Just click there and send in your questions. He will answer each question personally and confidentially. And to reach Harding & Associates directly, call 303-762-9500. And you can get a free consultation anytime. You can also find him online at hlaw.org. Much more ahead on Colorado's Best. Her designs may be delicate, but her approach is anything but. See how this local artist uses a torch and a hammer to create fine jewelry. And we are lucky to be joined by an art director who worked with the famous Dr. Seuss. Hear what it was like to collaborate with the author and get a chance to win the brand new book.